TF2 is one of the greatest games of all time. I mean, look at that. Look how good I am at it. Okay, scratch that. But what exactly did I do wrong here? While playing as Scout, I gunned straight for a Heavy without thinking. As Heavy, I rushed in prematurely, and with Sniper, I failed to pay attention to my surroundings. These two montages shown were to illustrate one key principle. Every class has strengths, and every class has weaknesses. This is the sole reason the game is satisfying. A lot of the detriments to the classes are severe, but the strengths of each character more than make up for it. Heavy is generally pretty immobile, but his ability to mow down enemies if they're too overconfident is why people play this class. Of course, his lowered mobility comes with an extra weakness of being an easy target for spies and snipers. Scout is fast, but he's frail and doesn't have a great way of defending himself except for his offensive capabilities. So if he jumps around enough and shoots hard enough, his opponents can't even think of harming him. His frailness makes him easily shut down by heavies because they can survive longer and put out more damage than him. The point that I'm really trying to make here is that the weakness of each class causes them to be countered by another class. There's a lot of flowcharts that explain the class's weaknesses and strengths against each other, but I like this one the best. A few notes about this one. Scouts destroy classes that have the most challenge with aiming. Explosive classes are good at destroying buildings. Big damage dealing classes like Heavy and Engineer can shut down Scouts. Spies and Snipers kill Heavies. And Pyro can reflect rockets, grenades, and reveal hidden spies. These are just a few of the interactions that are possible in the game. Of course, some players can defy the odds with enough practice and technique. A Demo can absolutely shut down a Scout if he aims his grenades, and Heavy can absolutely kill spies if he has a good spy paranoia. But fundamentally, this chart is how you'll find most games going. Scout will die to Engie, Soldier will die to Pyro, and Spy will die to everyone. Just kidding. But spies don't have it easy. Lots of players know what to look for to find a spy, and sometimes they just die. Anyway, the weaknesses of each class make this game fun because learning how to exploit each weakness is how players overcome difficulty. Learning their own weaknesses is arguably even more important because if you know about your own weakness, you can delete them. But of course, all this knowledge can only take you so far. You need skill. Knowledge is half the battle, but if your brain can't communicate to your hands, you'll be a sitting duck in no time. I mean, all it really takes is practice. The only reason this guy can hit these shots is because he has thousands of hours in this game. Yes, you heard that right. Thousands. So many people who play this game are masters of their craft and can hit every rocket, every grenade, and every headshot. Some even have tens of thousands of hours in this game, and can do insane chain stabs as Spy or incredible triple direct air shots from across the map. But what about the people like me? What about the people with less than average skill? Is their fate just to be trampled by the big guys with cool hats to the point of quitting? Well, no. The cool thing about TF2 is that every death feels earned. Lazy Purple had a great point about this. The movement combined with the overwhelming majority of single-shot weapons makes every death feel fair, and every kill feel earned. Only the truly skilled or spectacularly lucky can get kills in this game. To make the balancing work, each class has a low skill floor and incredibly high skill ceiling. Every class is fundamentally powerful, some more than others of course. This means that every class can be good even if the person playing is not. Demo can sticky spam, Pyro can WM1, and Scout can just run around and be a funny little distraction. However, each character can just be so much more. Soldier can shoot rockets to fly, for God's sake. Wow, look at that guy. That's incredible. I wish I was him. Rocket jumping can be skillful on its own, but combined with shooting at enemies who are on the ground and sometimes even in the air, you can just shut down the entire map. You can never really truly master TF2, but you can get better. For a while, most players play by the meta. For those who don't know what that means, it's basically just the best weapons, loadouts, and strategies. Like the crossbow for medic. Meta playstyles are easily the best way to win, but they can get stale with enough hours in the game. Some people look for something new. Alternate playstyles. This is how I personally like to play the game. I'm not that good, but I love the game, and I have a pretty good understanding of the mechanics of each weapon. Such is the case with the Eureka effect. If you equip this onto the engineer, you can teleport to your teleporter exit without needing the teleporter entrance. This can give you immediate access to the enemy backlines if you use the teleports correctly. You can also escape trouble by teleporting back to your base. This is really fun, especially if you can aim with a shotgun. Another great weapon to use is the Fan of War. If you hit someone with it, they take a lot more damage for a short period of time. So if you can sneak up on them and swing once, you can two-shot them with almost every weapon. I like to use this with a short stop because it has a fast firing speed. Another great weapon if you can aim with the shotgun. One of my personal favorite is the Cleaner Carbine and the Bushwhacker combo. The Bushwhacker deals crits when the stock melee would deal mini crits. The Carbine gives you mini crits if you rack up enough damage and activate your Crikey meter. Yes, that's real. As you can see, bit of synergy here. Of course, there are a few of the more famous alternative playstyles.
Demo Knight and Trolldier!
These are the most widely used alternative playstyles in the game. Let's take a look at Demo Knight. Demo Knight is fun. I mean, that's really all that needs to be said. You're a drunk Scottish guy with a huge sword. Frying pan if you're funny. Demo Knighting is not easy to do, but by God, it's one of my favorite ways to play. You can kill whatever you want, and all you need to do is time your swings right, make sure you're in range, use your charges effectively, learn every single bit of movement the Source Engine has to offer, go for health packs in the right time, and isolate enemies you want to kill. Wow, there are a lot of these. You don't really need to know all this, but I guess it helps. You can also learn this thing called trimping. This is a mechanic in which the Source Engine thinks you're flying if you hit a slope at the right angle. There's this guy called SolarLight on YouTube who's incredible at this. This is just one of the many mechanics that Demo Knight can utilize. But enough about this guy. Let's talk about this guy. Trolldier is a subclass that uses the Rocket Jumper and the Market Gardener. The Gardener deals crits in the air after rocket jumping, and the Rocket Jumper doesn't do any damage to you. He's a class that goes against the core philosophy of the game. He has a super high skill floor and an even higher skill ceiling. It takes a lot of practice to be able to rocket jump, but with Trolldier, every jump has to be perfect. Timing the swing is a bit of a pain as well, but if you get it, that's pretty great. I can't rocket jump that well in general, but I can sometimes pull some things off. Another cool mechanic the Trolldier can use is bee-hopping. If you jump as soon as you hit the ground, the game still thinks you're in the air, and you can get a crit from the Market Gardener. This is something that I can actually do, and it's the only way I've ever gotten kills as Trolldier. Both of these classes can usually be found on Hightower and other casual maps like CTF maps. People who play these classes don't usually take these games seriously. All of these subclasses and alternate loadouts are amazing and I love using them. But I can only use them in the main game. If you're tired of killing real players and having them insult your mother, you can head over to MVM. Man vs. Machine, or MVM, is an alternate game mode in which a team of 6 players, but less when your teammates leave, fights off waves of robots. At the beginning of each wave, you can buy upgrades to make yourself a bona fide killing machine. You can play as Heavy, Demo, Medic, Scout, Soldier, and Engineer. There are actually no other classes in MVM. No, those don't count. Don't play those. Anyway, each class has a use and each one is necessary. Demo kills all the hordes of small low health robots, Heavy does all the damage to the large health robots and protects his team, Scout collects the money that is needed to buy upgrades, Medic heals the team, blocks projectiles, revives dead teammates, and gives crits to the team, Soldier gives mini crits, kills hordes with robots, and stuns big guys, Engineer gives ammo and does tank damage with his sentry. All of these classes combine to make an immovable wall. Each class covers up each other's weaknesses. The challenge really comes when someone goes off scripts and chooses Spy or doesn't crit the demo. When your team pulls it off though, oh man, that's a good feeling. Of course, at the end of every tour, you get these magnificent item drops. Oh yeah, items. The items in TF2 are incredible. From the hats to the body cosmetics to the variants in weapons, in total there are 1,578 different cosmetic items in this game. I think that's more than Fortnite. All of these cosmetics also include strange variants. Strange variants track your kills and points while wearing them. The name also changes based on the amount of kills on it. Everyone yearns for a delicious Hail Zone rocket launcher that you only get after 8,500 kills? Okay. Players love to track their stats and want to show off to everyone that they have. I have like 4 strange cosmetics and none of them are really that good. I've got a strange panic attack that only has like 100 kills on it, and I've had it for about half a year maybe. It's tough to get kills on weapons you don't use. I don't use that many weapons. Point is, the items in this game are excellent and the economy even more so. The trading economy of TF2 is complicated. Well, at least for me. It mainly revolves around these variants of cosmetics known as unusuals. Now, I don't have any of these, but they're basically just hats that have a cool effect hovering over them. These hats cost big money, like real life money. Some go upwards of $600, wow. In the trading economy, there are 2 currencies, metal and keys. There are also earbuds, but I don't pay attention to those. Keys are a simple way to buy hats without having to set up a PayPal transaction with the person you're trading with, the person you're trading with. You can just send them a trade request and give them the keys and they'll give you the hats. You can even see everything that goes on inside the trade. Most people trade in trading servers, but annoying people like to send trade requests in the middle of casual games. I hate them. Anyway, trading is really cool and interesting, but I don't understand it. Team Fortress 2 will always be one of the greatest games of all time. It's just got so much going for it. A lot of people have said it's on its last legs, but I think it's stronger than ever. New players are flooding in and the bot crisis can't stop people from enjoying this game. Being good at the game is barely important because the community is understanding of the learning curve of this game. In conclusion, TF2 is my favorite game and I hope more people will give it a try.